Well, here I am on Easter Monday in Mrs. Baker's house, Maisy's house, and she's very kindly agreed to be interviewed. And Maisy, I've got a series of questions here, and by all means wander from the point. And the first question is, what was your first connection to Rodborough?
We moved into Rodborough in 1952. We came into Rodborough and we lived at Peyton at the end of Rodborough Avenue, down in Rodborough Hill.
And what was your first impression or memory of Rodborough back there in 1952?
It was a bit upmarket in those days.
Yes,
that's all I can remember about it, really.
Yeah. So quite well to do, Rodborough Avenue and that area there.
Yes.
And so how do you think Rodborough has changed over your time here since 1952? You know, a very wide and open question, so just let your mind go where it wants to.
Well, there's still no downmarket places in Rodborough, are there? They're all very nice places to live. It's grown considerably, of course.
How different would you say the traffic was?
Oh my goodness me, considerably different. It's so much heavier.
How much of a change do you think cars have made to our society compared with 1952, compared with when you first moved in?
Well, it upsets the parking the parking upsets everything. And I'll tell you what was making me very cross are these people with lovely front gardens having them made with all bricks and things so that the gardens have gone. That really does annoy me.
That's very interesting, and yeah, because it's bad for water spill off, isn't it? And it's not so good to look at.
That's right.
No.
Very good observation for you to make. Thank you for that. To make that.
You look straight out at them.
I look. Yes, I got some opposite me. You see.
Yeah, yeah. Talking to Tony Andrews this morning, he was recalling how before the cattle grids were put in at the end of the 1960s, then cattle could wander around the new estate.
Yes, it did. I've had cattle on my lawn in the past.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they wouldn't come up my steps, but they were down the road and they were on your garden.
I've had them on my garden. Yes.
It seems extraordinary for me to imagine that now, but it's all fresh in your mind.
Yes.
So the cars, the parking. What about social life? Do you think people talk as much in the street as they used to?
No.
Do you think people mix as much? And
no.
Why do you think that might be?
Well, years ago you knew everybody in the road and you talked to everybody. But you don't now, because they're all in cars when they go out.
And they're all at work, Maisy.
And they're all at work, yes.
Yeah. And so when you say all at work, you're talking about, say the women as much?
Yes, because they didn't used to.
No. And the shopping has changed, of course, as well, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, because we had sweet shops, post office, all that sort of thing, you see. And the co-op as well, when we moved here. That has all gone.
Any idea?
Well, we moved into this house in 1963. It was. I moved into this one, but across the road, 1963.
And I did, yes.
And the co-op was still there then.
Oh yeah, long time after that.
Yeah.
I remember Catherine the baby. Oh no, of course that was 64. Oh no, it must be.
It must have been the late 60s.
Yeah.
Monica would know that, wouldn't she?
Yeah, she would know.
Monica Thompson.
A lot of people speak with very fond memories of the co-op.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I shopped there. I had my weekly shop there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maisy, they were there when Sylvia moved in 76 next door to me, because she was friendly with the Curtises, and it was a shop then.
Good gracious.
Yeah.
So late 70s, we think it's still
mid-70s, I should say. I'm sure that Sylvia.
Yes, it could.
Moved.
Yes.
Moved.
Yeah, I couldn't remember whether it was there when we moved over here or not.
Tony recalled a horrible tragedy about that wasn't on the timeline about the children in the barn.
That was in Bernie's house.
Oh, yes.
There were 4 boys there that day.
Yes.
And that was in Bernie's house.
Right.
The eldest and the youngest died.
Good grief. So that was
1967 or early 68. 67. I think I put David, my son, who's 43 now, into his cot, and just heard screams. It was dreadful, Stuart. You can't believe it. And everybody just ran to the rescue, and the father wasn't home, and he came home, and we knew he had quite a not violent, but vicious temper, really, and an Alsatian. Oh.
Yeah, I can see your eyes.
We're cold now about it.
I can tell.
Because we had little children ourselves, you see.
Yeah.
And
yes, there was a big barn down there, and they were down there playing inside, weren't they?
Yeah, and that was in Bernie's house. They lived in Bernie's house.
Right.
Okay. And by the way, it was 8 years ago today that Maria died, Bernie's wife.
Was it really?
Yeah, because I spoke to him yesterday after you left, and he said, I'm off to Ireland in the morning and taking the children. I said, oh, the 13th again. And it was Maria died 8 years ago, because Kerry's was only 9. Yeah.
He didn't mention that to me. Was that 8 years ago to the day?
Yeah, today. But they've gone to Ireland, which is nice, to his family, her family.
Well, let's move on from those tragedies. What's made Rodborough a special place for you to live in your time here, Maisy? Or next to anybody?
It's very special to me.
Well,